All right, let's talk about paths and linking now. We're going to continue with the document that we have been working with up to this point. But I'm going to get rid of a few things. I'm going to come into the body section, and right in the title section, I'm going to add paths and links. I think I'm going to delete everything all the way down to our external links, because that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're talking about linking, and we just learned about linking external. And if you remember, we did the A tag or the anchor tag, and then went to a URL, and this is the link that showed up. Just closed out the anchor tag, and then we added a line break. Well, what if we wanted to create like a different kind of a link or a path to a file that is on the desktop or on a server or other location? Well, let's explore what it takes to link to a different location. If you remember, over here we have our index.html file. I've got it right here on the desktop, and our dixie.jpg file. Well, what if I wanted to organize some of my images? You know, last time I suggested you go grab about 5 images. What if I wanted to take those images and organize them a little better by putting them into a folder, like an images folder? So I could create a new folder. If I go up to File and drag down to New Folder, I can name that folder Images. So I'm going to pull this folder down here so you can kind of see it. I'm going to drag this dixie.edu image inside the images folder. Now, as you'd expect, if I go back to my page now and refresh it, the image goes away because it can't find that file based on the link that we had earlier in the HTML. So what do we need to do now to alter this link so that it references this dixie.jpg image inside the images folder? Well, we simply add the name of the folder into the path, images, and add a slash. So if I go ahead and save that now, I can come back to my screen, hit refresh, and voila, the image shows up again. So that's our kind of our first step in learning how to reference images. So if we're going kind of deeper into the file structure, like into a folder name, we just do the folder name or the subdirectory name slash the name of the image. Well, what if we wanted to link to another file from one file to another file? Right now we've got this index.html file. What if we wanted, instead of linking to another website, what if we wanted to link to another file? So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of these things, save that, and you can kind of, I'll hit refresh so you can kind of see what that did. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to make a link now to another file. So let's say that I wanted to create a link to a file called a blue page, the blue page. So we're going to be creating a link to a blue file. So I'm going to come in here and name this blue.html. Now that file doesn't exist quite yet, so I'm going to go ahead and copy all this code here. I'm going to save this, come back here and hit refresh, and now we have our link to the blue page. I'm going to make that a little bigger so you can see that a little bit more. You can see right there. If I click on that right now, the file doesn't exist, so it doesn't go anywhere. So I need to now go and create that file. Well, we have all the essence of that file right here in this. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this, start a new document, and I'm going to paste all of this into the new document. Now I'm going to increase the size of this so you can see it. And I'm going to call this title, the blue page. It's linking, right now it's titled the blue page. We're going to link back to something else here in a minute. And I'm just going to pull all this out for right now. So the blue page. So what we should see is inside of the body do a little paragraph tag to wrap that text inside the body. So you'll see the title of the blue page, and we'll name that a little bit different. Welcome to the blue page. So you can kind of see the difference between those two. And I'm going to save this now on the desktop. So if I go to File and Save, I'm going to save it on the desktop as blue.html. Now once I save that, now I've got two files now. I've got my index file, and I've got my blue file. You can kind of see the difference between those two. Well, now if I come back to my browser and refresh this page, nothing changes, but if I click on the blue page, welcome to the blue page. So that's kind of a fun little deal there. I can actually link to a blue page, and you can see this other file. So let's go back and look at that code and review what that is. So we have the index file that's linking to the blue page, so ahref blue.html. And the reason we can get to that is because it's in the same location as the index.html in terms of the file structure. And then we look at the blue page, and there's not much on that. Well, let's do this now. Let's make it so that our index page links to, let's make our links go from the blue page to the index page now. So let's go back to our blue page, and let's make a link now. We've got this welcome to this page. Now we need to make a link back to the index page. So this is how we can link back and forth between files. So I'm going to go href equals quote. Now what file name do I need to use to go back to the index page? Well, index.html, and then type index page. So that should link us back from the blue page. So if I save that, come back into my browser and refresh, I can go from the blue page now to the index page to blue page. Those two pages are now interlinked between each other.